Hey, hello, how are ya? It's Smitty here at Victorian Strength Club making another video. I hope you're feeling great on the inside and the outside. I think both are really important. I think everyone would agree. We've got a competition coming up here and we're organising a beginner competition called Beginner Breakout. I'm not going to make this video too much about that competition, but I woke up this morning and had an idea that I wanted to chat about beginners in the sport of strongman, and you might be able to use this for any sport. Probably it's not going to be too different for other strength sports, but my interest is in strongman. So I'm going to talk about where to put your mindset if you're a beginner, absolute first timer, or newbie to the sport, wherever you fall in that category. Even if you've been at it a while, just a few things to think about. I've even written some freaking notes this morning so I don't get off track. I love talking. I can actually talk about things and about myself really well. I don't know if that's good or not, but I can do it well when I do it. What have I written here? The title that I wrote in my notes here was Beginners Training for Your First Strongman Competition. Have fun. It's supposed to enhance your life/goals. This can definitely go for all levels, but when you're a beginner, definitely even more so. What I'll say is I sat down with someone a couple of weeks ago who was actually training for a different sport, and I said, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be at the end of this prep, at the end of this competition? Not what do you want to achieve at the competition. Sometimes that can be out of your control. But who do you want to be by the end of this prep? It's February when making this video, so good time to make changes. You know, start of the year, I'm all about it. I think it's fine to be making changes at the start of the year. So, you know, January's done. You might have goals for the year, whether that's to get off the piss, start training more, eat better, get stronger, look better, whatever it is. Competitions are a great way to make you accountable, force you to be accountable, make some bigger changes. Because like if I wanted to go eat pizza tonight, Saturday night, I've earned it, I've bloody vacuumed for an hour on a Saturday. If I want to go home and have pizza, it's not going to make me like fatter in one day. Heaps of other reasons. Like I feel like it, there's a good special on somewhere. But then I can look at my goals. Does that suit my goals? And if I've written down my goals, and that is to weigh under 80 at the next competition, to hit this certain number on a deadlift, to rehab my knees and not get hurt, blah, blah, blah. Where does pizza fit into that? And sometimes it might fit in, but most of the time it's probably not going to fit in. Pizza's probably a bad example. I think pizza's okay. Sorry, people are walking past. I'm going to get distracted. What shit was I talking? So you've got your goals set up, right? So I believe instead of just saying like, I want to hit this deadlift, this overhead, finish this event, you've got your goals for each event. Definitely write them down. So if you're doing beginner breakout, you've got 4 events, figure out where you're at now and say in 4 to 5 weeks, what's achievable. If you don't know what's achievable, ask someone, look around, or just honestly go for it. You'll probably achieve more if you don't limit yourself or take other people's advice on board sometimes. What was I saying? Now, what you're going to do is also write down how you're going to achieve them. How many times a week you're going to train? Are you going to walk? What are you going to do for recovery? Where's your mindset, your sleep, blah, blah, blah. All the stuff that you know is good. You know exercise is great. You know nutrition is important. You know sleep, mindset, movement, stretching and recovery. You know they're all fantastic. Why not use this strongman stupid sport competition that you've signed up for to force you to start doing those things? Don't just sign up and go, yeah, I'm going to be fucking mad dog, I'm going to have protein, I'm going to train and just fucking get strong. That's fine if you want to do that. But I'd suggest using the sport to make you a better person. At the same time, that's going to make you a better athlete if we're choosing those goals that I just mentioned. So maybe write down, in order to hit that deadlift, yeah, I need to train deadlifts twice a week, once heavy, once light. But you know, my posture, I need to work on my posture, or I need to do that 2 or 3 times a week, and start to increase the small things that you're not doing that are going to make you hopefully live a better life. Start doing them, because if you start exercising now, if you fix your posture and nutrition now, you can add 10 years to your life. If you have terrible posture, I shouldn't be the one to talk about posture, but I've improved mine actually, so I should talk about it. If you've got bad posture and you're hunched, you can't breathe correctly, you're probably not sleeping correctly. If you're overweight by a lot, you're probably not sleeping correctly. If you can fix those issues, you're going to add 15 years to your life. Don't quote me on those numbers, right? You can enhance your quality of life. And if I just said to someone on the street, hey, go fix your posture, they're not going to go, fuck yeah, thanks Smitty, that's great advice. But if they're signed up for a competition and one of their goals to deadlift more, now they have a reason to increase their posture, okay, to improve their posture. You'd think that adding 15 years to your life would be enough, but it's not for most of us. So let's just be honest with ourselves. Like, there's a lot of changes that we don't make, and that's what I was trying to say about the pizza before. When you don't have to do something, if you're dying and someone says, hey, if you have pizza, you're going to die in a week. It's so easy to not have pizza, I'd imagine. Never been in that situation. So I hope you know what I'm trying to say there. Like, choose what did I write? Have fun. It's supposed to enhance your life. So when you go into the gym, you're going to have some bad sessions. You're going to get grumpy sometimes because you've got expectations. That's fine. I'd never try and take that away from someone. But just remember that if you're losing sleep over it, like getting up early and going to bed late, eating like crap because you don't have time because you're training or something like that, you're just not enhancing your life. And maybe you'll get your short-term goals of deadlifting X and monster dumbbell X. But then what? Like, what do you do? Like, where do you go? Just do another comp, and you need to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father. It can't be all those things, but either or. Like, you still have to, you'd still want to have those relationships improve and your life improve, right? So I'm not saying don't go nuts on the training, go be a mad dog, do what you want, but just try and have some goals. Like, at the end of this prep, I'm going to be someone that can get to sleep easier and sleeps all the way through the night, because that's possible. Some people don't know that it's possible to sleep the whole way through the night without taking a piss. And it changes your life, and you've got energy at 3:43 p.m. after vacuuming. I haven't even had a nap today, okay? All right, you're kidding me, 6 minutes on one point. All right, I won't do that again. Don't hurt yourself, hold yourself back, but give it hell. Don't hurt yourself. So there you go, I can cut that note off, kind of went with it then. I said, give it hell. Like, go hard in training, but don't hurt yourself. If this is a beginner comp, you're not going to get paid any dollars for this. You're going to get a trophy, which will hopefully be a good trophy for this one. I'll put some effort into the trophy as always. But you're not Eddie Hall. You're not going to make a career out of winning this comp. All it's going to do is fuel your ego, which is great. That's a healthy thing to do sometimes. But you're not going to get paid for this. So if you're sore or injured, just like, this isn't hopefully the only competition you're going to do. Your life doesn't revolve around what your 300 Instagram followers think about you winning this comp or coming 10th or whatever the hell happens, okay? So push hard, like, go nuts. Like, yeah, I was just chatting to someone today about when I first started in the gym. I went twice a day, or I do the program twice through that they wrote me, because I loved it and I wanted to go hard, and that's what I did. No regrets at all. You can do that, but if you're sore, listen to your body. Don't push through pain for a beginner comp. Yeah, all right. Who do you want to be? Film your lifts, focus on 1 cue per session, CUE, 1 cue, I don't even know another word for cue. One thing, so I'll just give an example. Film your lifts. All levels should be filming their lifts, most of the time from the side, okay? Focus on 1 cue per session, so focus on one thing. So I remember back in the day working on log split jerk, and I wrote on the whiteboard or blackboard in front of me at the gym, I wrote head, right? And for me, my 3 cues, my 4 cues on log used to be fast, 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 fast. So the clean, I was just thinking fast, 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 fast. When I got it up to the rack position, my 3 cues were pinch, heels, head, pinch, heels, head. Pinch the elbows, which I don't really do anymore, but it helped at the time. Heels meant go down slow enough that I could feel my heels in the dip, and then head through really fast for my split jerk, right? So I wrote head. I was doing everything pretty well, except in my videos I noticed that I was still catching quite far back here, and I wanted to try and get my head through faster, which really means I probably just should have been splitting longer. Anyway, I wrote head on the whiteboard. I didn't write on the board belly breath, fast, fast, pinch, pinch, heels, heels, head, head, long legs. I just wrote head, and for that one session, whatever rep range I was working on, didn't matter if I didn't breathe properly, if the elbows didn't pinch or something like that. If my head was going through, then I was accomplishing my goal. 1 cue, so one thing on the log. Then maybe you move over to a different thing and you have one cue, okay? Don't try and work on everything at once. And if you do that regularly enough, the next time you go to log, you go work on your heels. I'm not going up in weight if my heels are coming off. I'm gonna do more warm-ups, go down slower. It's heels, heels. This session is all about heels. And then you just kind of hope that the head goes through fast because you worked on that last time, okay? You've got all these neurological things that are gonna happen to your body. The more you do something, the better you get. It's with anything in life, okay? I guess, I don't know for sure. That's me splitting when I do that, by the way. That's my legs splitting. So 1 cue per session, 1 cue per lift, not per session. So if you're working on monster dumbbell, if you're working on monster dumbbell next week, focus on one thing. If you don't know one thing to do, send me a video of you lifting and I'll give you one thing to work on, okay? But just work on one thing and get it right. Don't go up in weight if that thing isn't right. If you're trying to work on staying stable or that dumbbell not dipping and you're supposed to do 80% for 3 triples, but in your warm-ups that elbow's dropping, then you don't go up in weight, okay? You stay there. That's what I would recommend as a coach anyway. Build your strength while building your character. That's a good one, Smits. I must have been feeling quite stoic this morning. If you're passionate about it, find the next comp, challenge yourself to make the changes necessary. I don't quite understand those notes, but build your strength while building your character. This really does big loop, and we'll end the video here. It ties into the first part with who do you want to be by the end of the prep. What a great reason a competition can be, and a strength competition that's really going to challenge you to be not a different person, but a stronger, better, fitter, healthier version of yourself. Use that to build your character as well. So I'm the type of person that thinks too much, right? Rather than taking action, I'll think of a good idea for quite a while. A perfect example, Beginner Breakout, I have as a name, as a folder in my phone from 2018. I thought of Beginner Breakout in 2018. It's now 2022 and I'm doing it, okay? Anyway, so my character flaw that I don't like about myself is how much I talk myself out of things rather than just going for it. Just action, and if it fails, it fails. Okay, so build your strength while building your character. So while you're in the gym and you're trying to get your muscles stronger and your nervous system stronger, maybe you can tie this in to something else, just one thing about yourself, which means you have to be critical of yourself, which some people do too much, some people don't do it all, and that's fine. Pick one thing to work on, man. Pick one thing, like, you know what, during this, it's a 5-week prep, I might say, I'm gonna think a bit less. I'm gonna find my 10 ideas that I've written down in my phone. I'm gonna do 3 of them. I'm just gonna do 3 of them at the same time as this prep. Or I'm gonna make more phone calls, because I'm really bad at phone calls. Like, that could be for you, I don't mind phone calls. I'm gonna go for walks. Like, change something about yourself, just have some external goals and tie it in with your competition, because you've got a time frame, you kind of got a reason or an excuse to do something. And we're human beings, we want to be lazy. We don't want to have to work on stuff if we don't have to, right? I think that's me. I'm not a psychologist. Anyway, I hope that gives you a couple of things to think about at all levels. It was nice for me just to be able to waffle on, gets it out of my system. If you got any questions at all about this beginner competition, programming for Strongman or Strongwoman, if you want, we're going to do another run of these You Get What You Earn shirts. They're not going to be tie-dye because the guy that made these said he'll never do it again because he made them by hand, which is pretty cool, but he's not going to do that again. But we're going to get that logo, the You Get What You Earn. We're going to get that on some shirts again. So drop a comment on here on YouTube, or if I put this on Insta, just find me somehow, comment if you want one, and we'll get one to you. No matter where you are in the world, we'll make it happen. All right, peace out. Thanks for listening.